The malevolent reality show that is the second Trump term just saw its first contestant voted off the island. Who is that? Vivek Ramaswamy, that's what I'm talking about. The hedge fund manager, biotech investor, and alleged shameless grifter was kicked out of the MAGA movement this week. Why? Well, simply put, he's annoying as hell. And that is not my opinion. No. No, that is what Republicans think about him. And I'm quoting here, Vivek has worn out his welcome, one person close to Trump told CBS News. This is all according to reports. One report in Politico said this, and I quote, Elon Musk made it known he wanted Ramaswamy out of the Department of Government Efficiency in recent days. It wasn't because of major ideological differences. It wasn't because of competing career interests. Nope. It was reportedly just because Musk and other Doge members thought that Ramaswamy was just plain irritating and insufferable. He's just really, really irritating. Frankly, I'm surprised that folks are finally waking up to this. Do they not remember the Republican primary?
You do this at every debate. You say, no, don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you. Okay? You say this, you do this at every debate. You go out on the stump and you say something. All of us see it on video. We confront you on the debate stage. You say you didn't say it, and then you back away. And I want to say what?
Exactly
No,
what I said,
I'm not done yet.
Well, this
now
is
look.
this is nonsense. It's not a spiel. This man is spewing nonsense.
Let me tell you something. This is the fourth debate. The fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America. So shut up for a little while.
I'm going to respond to that.
Chris, your version of no, I want to say
After the rainbow,
The most obnoxious blowhard in America? Okay, Chris Christie, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Did Donald Trump and MAGA and Doge people not watch the primary debates? Do they not know that Ramaswamy was, quote, the most obnoxious blowhard in America? Now, I want you to recall, it wasn't just Chris Christie who could not stand Ramaswamy.
Honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say.
Every time I hear you, I feel a little dumber. All right, Nikki Haley, I'll give you that one on Vivek. Apparently, it was Ramaswamy's viral Twitter tirade around New Year's that sealed his fate. Remember, we covered it here on this channel, on the Don Lemon Show. Ramaswamy went off on the quote-unquote mediocrity of the American people and American culture, arguing that folks in this country are too stupid and too lazy to work high-paying tech jobs, and so the U.S. needs to bring them in on visas instead. I took a lot of heat for calling out some of the racists inside the MAGA movement who took to social media with bigoted comments about Indian people. It was awful. Go look it up. The comments that they made. But I digress. Back to Vivek. That Twitter take from Vivek was not such a brilliant move on his part. If there's anything that MAGA loves to hear, it's that Americans are so dumb that we need to replace them with immigrants. That was sarcasm. They don't like hearing that. As the kids say, masterful gambit, sir. Genius political strategy. I'm glad to see that you're putting your Harvard degree to good use, Vivek. But let's be honest. This development was inevitable. Ramaswamy was never going to be a permanent member of the MAGA movement. Why is that? Well, just watch this interview. It's between Ramaswamy and ultra-conservative commentator Ann Coulter. Also keep in mind, this was on his own podcast as he was interviewing her. This is the first thing out of her mouth.
So, Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Me too. Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I too am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
I would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. That's what Ann Coulter said to Ramaswamy's face. And he smiled about it. He smiled. He couldn't say anything in his own defense. He couldn't be bothered to stand up to monstrous textbook racism. He just kept licking the bigoted MAGA boot. He just kept licking and licking and licking until the boot decided that it didn't need his tongue anymore, and it kicked him to the curb. You're fired, Vivek. So long. Now, there are reports that Ramaswamy may be plotting some sort of a comeback. He may be planning to run for the governor of Ohio. And to that I say, okay, good luck to you, Vivek. Good luck. Let's hope that Ohio Republican voters will welcome you, a brown man who is a child of immigrants, with open arms. Let's hope they'll do that. I'm sure they will love you, just like you are loved by Chris Christie and Nikki Haley and members of the Department of Government Efficiency, or even Donald Trump couldn't save you. Thanks everyone for watching.